Hi everyone, I am Nicole Gonzalez Filos, the editor-in-chief of The Runner, and this is what you can expect from our latest issue.
For this issue's feature, I explored climate migration within BC and talked about how vulnerable communities are left out of climate change response, policies, and adaptation strategies. The World Bank's Groundswell report found that 216 million people across 6 world regions could be forced to move within their countries by 2050 due to climate change. The report also predicted we could start seeing hotspots of internal migration emerge as early as 2030. In 2020, the Internal Displacement Monitoring Center reported about 30 million of 40.5 million new internal displacements were weather-related, which includes drought, extreme temperature, wildfires, and floods. I interviewed Nicole Bates-Amer, the lead author of the Climate Change Displacement Mapping the Issue in British Columbia report. Her report found that extreme weather events are displacing people directly by flooding or burning down their homes, and indirectly as, quote, people move following disruptions to their livelihoods as a result of climate impacts. Bates-Amer's report also found that climate change disproportionately affects women, Indigenous communities, communities of color, low-income families, and those who already face economic social challenges. A joint fact sheet between the IDMC, the UNHCR's Office for the Special Advisor on Climate Action, and the Internal Disability Alliance found that people with disabilities also face heightened risks in a climate disaster due to high poverty and food insecurity rates and accessibility barriers in adaptation and evacuation plans. A policy brief by the University of California found that 2 LGBTQ+ people are also at increased risk due to poverty, homelessness, immigration status, and discrimination. I also interviewed David Sadoway, a KPU instructor in the Geography and Environment Department. He said climate change is intersectional because those communities are already showing vulnerabilities. Bates-Amer said we need to address underlying structural injustices and causes of socioeconomic discrepancies and who is most marginalized so that everyone is resilient when adapting to climate change.
Hi guys, one of the articles I worked on for this issue is KPU discussing bringing back the in-person exchange program for the fall semester. So university has not yet made a decision about the in-person exchange program, but KPU Study Abroad has put requests for students interested to send in their expression of interest. And for the next few months, the university will analyze the whole pandemic situation and see how safe it will be to send students out of the country. So KPU is not accepting any exchange students due to the health restrictions in the province. And if they are allowed to proceed with the exchange semester this fall, KPU Study Abroad created a plan to keep students safe. It includes students completing a safety pre-departure Moodle course, informing them on the pandemic situation and restrictions in the country that they could potentially be traveling to, and tracking the travel advisories for the country of their exchange partners. And the university will be monitoring the information provided by Global Affairs Canada, and they will use that to determine if they will be sending students out of the country. And if you want to read more about this whole story, check out the full article on our website.
Black History Month events hosted by the BC Black History Awareness Society kicked off on Saturday, February 5th. The online seminar was titled History of Anti-Black Racism in Canadian Schools and Universities. It was hosted by June Francis, who is a business professor and director of the Institute for Diaspora Research and Engagement at Simon Fraser University. During the event, Francis discussed the history of Black exclusion in universities and how it exists to uphold white supremacist ideals. This continues to be manifested in Canadian institutions today. Francis put the emphasis on the importance of the Black perspective being integrated into every topic taught in schools, including history, but also arts and sciences. The BC Black History Awareness Society has many more events planned for the remainder of the Black History Month, both virtual and in person. Running until the end of the month is a dynamic diasporas event at the Vancouver Mural Festival, focused on visual storytelling and dance. The Vancouver International Film Festival is also showcasing movies throughout the month that feature Black stories and voices.
This opinion article was written by Jonathan Pabico.
The music platform Spotify has received a lot of attention recently with its ongoing partnership with commentator Joe Rogan and his podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience. Rogan has had a history of spreading COVID-19 misinformation online, and his controversy has continued to grow after spotting racial slurs in his podcast. Despite these issues and Rogan's apology, Spotify CEO Daniel Ek refuses to end his partnership with Rogan, acknowledging the importance of having rules for their content creators and not seeking to suppress views from their platform. Jonathan argues that the built-in complexities behind the entertainment world make it convenient for Spotify to continually stick with content warnings. He explains how the company's weak response to the controversies means that money holds priority over protecting its users from misinformation in the music industry. To read more, head to our website at runnermag.ca. This column article was written by Brianna Himmelwright. The Vancouver Pride Society is hosting a pop-up Pride Festival that started on February 21st and will run to the 27th, featuring a variety of outdoor and online events throughout Vancouver. The event features live performances by 2S LGBTQ artists, hot drinks, and food trucks. Vancouver Pride Society's communications coordinator, Ivy Adad, said they originally had Winter Pride planned, but had to cancel due to COVID-19 and restrictions. The original planning was done to coincide with Black History Month and Lunar New Year, so Vancouver Pride Society were able to find ways to honor both through merch for mutual aid, with Vancouver-based group Afro Queer, and through a virtual Lunar New Year event hosted by 2S LGBTQ-centric group Normie Court. To read more on this column and about the event, head to our website at runnermag.ca.